All right, so now we've got that sort of set up. What I'm going to do is we have our theme installed, but now what we're going to do is we're going to install a couple of plugins. We're not going to install any plugins that are going to add any visual functionality on the front end of the site, so much as we're going to add it to the back end where we're going to work. So it's just going to make it easier to add a couple of things here. Okay, so I'm going to click on plugins. And you can see I don't have any installed. So I'm going to add new. And then I already know some of the ones I want. But here's what I would say. If there's something you want, you can probably find it. It might be easier to like search it via Google than trying to type in a name, because this is obviously looking for the names of the plugin. So I'm just going to type in duplicate. And then here we go. Duplicate post. So basically what this one does is I'll show you. Oops. Man, that's not the one I wanted. Get rid of media library. Basically what it'll do is this. Notice that when I'm on homepage, see how it says edit, quick edit, I can trash, I can view, and I can customize. But one of the things that I might want to do is actually be able to just duplicate a page I already made and then just make adjustments. So just hit install now. And then I'm going to activate it. And now it's active. I'm going to go back to plugins. And I'm going to go ahead and add another one. Okay, so just again to get the idea here, I'm going to refresh this so you can see. Now when I hover over this, you'll see it says edit, quick edit, trash, view, now there's clone. And that will actually duplicate this page, which is pretty useful. So that's why we did that one. It's just, it seems like an obvious thing that would be already built in, but it's just not. The other one we're going to throw in is Elementor. Mentor. Okay. And basically, this is a page building way of working. So it's not bad. There's two versions. There's a high end and a low end. So kind of like a preview version. That's actually what we're going to be using. But it's still pretty powerful. But if you wanted to pay for it, you could, whatever. Now, if you want to watch this, it'll give you a good idea of the overview of it. I would probably suggest doing that. I'm just going to quickly do the best that I can. I'm just going to close out of this. No, thank you. Now, just like that added that one thing, you see now there's this Elementor section where I can adjust settings and things specific to Elementor. I'm not an Elementor Pro. This was a pretty popular one. But basically Elementor is going to allow us to work on the site a little bit better. So go to pages. Okay, and then you'll see our home page here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. I don't really... okay, I don't know why this is here. This should go away. Okay. And now you can see this is one way of working. But one of the issues with this is that, see how this says homepage? It looks like this. And then I look at this. They don't look the same, right? It's kind of different. That's not really... It's not WYSIWYG, right? What I see is not what I'm getting. So this isn't really the best way to me to work. So... what I'm going to do is just go and I'm going to edit with Elementor instead. So I'm going to click on that and it's going to open this up. And it's going to kind of look like the customize window. But on the left, there's going to be like a panel that will allow us to change things on this. Okay. So first what I'm going to do is just go to the settings here. It's this little gear. Click on that. And then this will give us some options. So the titles, homepage, we got to keep that. I don't need a featured. A lot of them is going to be the same thing. Here's page layout. The one thing I do want from here is this. I don't want it to actually say homepage. I'm going to click that. And that's actually going to hide. Should show it. I thought it would do it right off the bat. Let's update. It's going to hide the page name, which is supposed to. And for some reason it didn't. Okay, that's weird. Preview changes. Maybe I gotta click on it. I don't know. That's weird. That usually works. Alright, then there's style, so there's background type. I already did a bunch of this when we did the customize section. So this, I don't really need so much. So I'm just gonna go back and see default fonts. So right now it's set to Roboto. Is this gonna change anything? Looks like nah. Apply. Didn't seem to really. Primary headline. Let's try. I don't know. Let's try Rye and apply. Yeah, I don't really see it changing too much. So, but it might have options here as well. But I don't really see any of that working. Anywho, so I'm gonna click back on this to get back to our basic section. I'm just gonna show you how some of this works here. Okay. Click on. Oh, man, the global doesn't. All right. Doesn't give you much options. So some of them will have like menu options and things. This one doesn't really seem to have too much. So what we're going to do is this. So you go down here, and what you're going to see is this top stuff is always going to be here. There's not too much I can do about that. That's the theme itself. But this section I can change. Okay. So you see how there's this little plus and this little minus thing? I'm just going to go ahead and close, get rid of this one, just so that you guys can see how this works. So you hit that. This is how it's going to start off if you have no content. Okay. What you do is you click on this, and then you can choose how many columns across you want it to be in this row, right? So maybe for the first one, I'll just do 1. Okay. So click on that. So it's this empty thing. Now what I do is I click on the little plus, and then it has these things. And all you do is you click and drag them in there. So let's just say I want to start with a picture. So I'm just going to click. I'm going to drag that in there. See how it turns blue. And then it's going to be a picture element. And then what I can do is if I click on this element, come on. Oh, hit the little thing here. Why is it acting weird? Cool. Yep, that's what I did. And it's just going to keep on. All right. So then what I do is I would do a new row, right? So I click on this and I'll say, okay, the next one I want to be 4. And voila. All right. So let's go ahead and update. Maybe if I update it, it won't be so crummy here. Okay. Edit image. There we go. That worked. I guess you could just right click on it and edit image. You're supposed to be able to just click on it and it pops up here. I'm not sure what's going on. So anyways, I can choose the image here. So I'll just click on this. And then you can see all the pictures I've uploaded, which is currently now a lot. So I'm going to click on the upload, select files. You can click and drop and drag as well. And I am, we'll just use these. So I got pictures of my kids. We'll do this one. So this will be my image there, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I'm just trying to put stuff in there. So give it a second. There we go. And we'll go ahead and insert media, and boom, there's the picture, right? Yay. Okay. So I made this new section, and it's got 4 columns, right? Oh, and I can also adjust the settings here. So alignment, I can put a caption there. I can make it a link, so when I click on it, it does stuff. The size of it, right? So I could do medium, so on and so forth. I'm going to go ahead and leave it on medium, actually. I can change some style stuff with it as well. And probably advanced. Oh, I thought the advanced would be locked out. So there's stuff here as well. Okay, so you can adjust all those things with it. I'm just going to click off of it so I get back out. See, look, it's still not, it's weird. Okay. So now I have this section here, and let's just say I want to do something where I have like a picture and some text underneath it. And apparently those are in the Pro section. Oh, but you see in the Pro section, they have all these different options, which is kind of cool. So logins and galleries and all sorts of interesting different kind of carousels. But I want to do this image box. I'm going to click and drag the image box in here. And it's going to be a picture and some heading and this. Oh, it looks like that heading did work, the one that I chose. It just wasn't showing up on there. Okay. So image size I have full, so I could click on this. And let's choose an image. I'm going to upload another image. And then let's go. We'll just do one of these. Open. And insert media. So I got this. And then I could type in what I want here. And like, look at this guy, look at him, right? And be like, oops, okay. I think there we go. You know, cone guy, right? You can also type in over here. I can add links. Again, style and advanced stuff that you can basically adjust this, right? So that's a picture and whatever. I'm going to click off so I get back up here. If I want to put, let's say, just text in there. I could drop this text in there, and then I can just type in some text, right? And again, all these different options. I would suggest going through them, seeing if you can make this look more unique. I could go to icon, drop that in there, and then let's see, icon library. Ooh, they have all sorts of different ones. So, the syringe. That seems fun. So I'll put an icon in there. I'm assuming that's just one of the, and you can have a link, right? So maybe you want to do something where you have like social media. So let's take this out of there. Let's see, edit, right click. Okay, and let's just go ahead and delete that. But what I could do is do another row, and let's say we do a social media one. I'll just do a whole ton of them, right? So like this, and then I can just let's see, which one is it? Edit. Oh, edit section. So for some reason you need to edit the section. I can click on that, and then there's stretch section, which will stretch it all the way across. So it's kind of the difference between container and fluid container, right? Or container fluid. So let's do that, and then I can change other options here as well. All sorts of different things, right? So height, fit to screen, minimum height, so on and so forth. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to use this icon. I'm going to drop it in here, and then I'm going to go ahead and go to the icon library, and let's look up, let's see if there's Facebook. Do you have Facebook? They do. So I'll do Facebook, insert, and then I can do, click off, do another icon, right? And then again, I'm just icon library, maybe do YouTube. There's YouTube, insert, and you could put all of your different icons in there. And I don't really like the color of it. Let's see, primary color. Will this change it? Oh, it will. Sweet. Okay, so I could just go ahead and, oops, that's ugly, and change it to this color. And I'll just copy that. Control C. Go to this guy. Edit icon. And again, go to style and primary color. I'm just going to Control V to paste it. It's good. And then I would just do that and put all my social media stuff across, right? And you can see there's all sorts of different things. So they have spacers. So for some reason you just want to put a space between things. Let's say I want to add another section in between there. I could just hit the plus here, right? And then we'll just do a big full one here. And then I'll click off. And I'm just going to put a spacer in there. And that's just going to add space between that next section and the one before. Okay? But that's more or less how you'll build your site. And so you'll be like, oh, this is the home page, so on and so forth, and that looks acceptable. What I would probably suggest doing is, try a theme, see if you like the theme. Like, I'm kind of not liking this theme, honestly. And then if you don't like the theme, start making some adjustments from there. Okay. All right. Let's see. Settings. General settings. That's really all we have in here. Okay. Page settings. All right. Okay. And then we'll just update it when I'm done. And there you go. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this, and we are going to exit back to the dashboard. I don't know why this thing really wants me to look at it, huh? Really wants my support. And we'll go back to WordPress editor. Actually, cancel that. Sorry. I'm going to click on this. This will go back to that other way of working. Okay. So now we're in here. Another thing you're going to want to do is this. Right now I only have really one page. So you're going to want to make more pages. I'm just going to clone this one. Do clone, which will duplicate it. And then I will clone it again. And I will clone it again. Okay. Now you'll see that this says front page and then Elementor. So that's what these are going to be made in right now. And it says draft. That means it's not published, which means it doesn't, I can see it, but it doesn't actually exist. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on quick edit. And we'll call this one like about. And then that's all fine. And parent, I'm not going to add any parents. And templates that. And then I'm just going to change the status to published. And we'll update. I'm going to quick edit this one too and call this one just home. And I'm going to change the slug. This is the actual name that it's going to use. And then we'll execute that. And then I'll just do quick edit on this one. And I'm just going to call this one contact, we'll say. And I'll just make sure it's also published. And update. And then quick edit again. and we'll just call this one services, right? And again, I'm going to go here, and we're just going to go published and update. Okay, so that's just a nice quick way of being able to update that stuff. All right, so next what we're going to do is from here, I need to have these items because I'm just going to delete this. This guy's not helping me. I need to have these settings, these pages, so that I have, when I make a menu, I have items in my menu. So now we can do the menu. So I'm going to go to Appearance, and then you'll see Menus. Click on Menus. And we need to make a new menu. So we'll just call this Main Menu. Makes sense, right? And we'll create a menu. Now, depending again on your theme, you'll have different options. So you see that there is primary and social menu. So apparently they want to have like if you want to have a social media or whatever, right? I'm just going to go ahead and choose primary. Now you might also have like header or footer, or they might name it different things, but this is going to be my primary one. And that's fine. I'll hit save again just to make sure it's saved. And then we can add things to our menu here. So what I'm going to do is I already have these pages over here, so I'm just going to turn them all on and add to menu. And I would also like most recent. Let's view all. I also want the home. Add to menu. Okay. And the order they are in here is the order that they're going to be in. So I'm going to put, let's do home, like that. Now, I will save menu. I'm going to go here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and refresh. And you're going to see up here is going to change. There's my menu. Okay. Yay. And it's got this search thing. So these, and each one of these will go to the different pages. So if I go to About, you'll see, hopefully, it'll say About, good, and Services will say Services, and so on and so forth. Now they all look the same because I just cloned them from the first one, right? Which obviously is not what you want to do, but it's just trying to get them made real quick. Okay, now some other things you can do with this, you might have already noticed this, but you can have, like, I could take this contact and make it a sub-menu item. And what's going to happen is it depends on the menu. Some menus will do it, some won't. Let's try previewing it. And let's see, is it going to be a drop down? Sometimes they're dropped. Okay, it did. So it'll make a drop down, and you can have like sub menu items. Depends on the, again, the theme. So if you want to have sub menu items, that's how you do that. So you can have that going on. You can open these up. Oops, come on. It's not opening up. There it goes. So you can open them up, and then you can actually change the name of what the thing is. But in this case, it's fine. Okay, save menu. That's good. Let's go back to customize on my theme. And I might have a menu option. I think I might have had it before, but I don't remember. So now that we actually have a menu, there we go. So I'm going to go to menus. And main menu is currently set to primary, and I could do some adjustment here. It doesn't look like it has too much more. View all locations. Okay. Sometimes they'll have options here where it'll be like, oh, you can put it on the left or the right or the center. This one apparently is just what this is. There isn't any more than that. Seems a little disappointing. I thought it would have more stuff. Guess not. Okay. So it might be worth going back to your customize area to customize the theme more, because you might have some other options. Let's see, theme options, site identity, that's fine, and then mobile menu on desktop off, sticky header, let's do that off, so that now when I scroll down it stays up there. Kind of want to get rid of this. See if there's a sticky header, sticky transparent header on. Is that gonna make that go away? Let's see. Let's see what that does. Oh, it's not really doing too much for me. Oops, go all the way. Alright, let's turn that back off. And I'm gonna go back. Site identity. Display site and tagline, that's fine. Cancel. Just want to go back. There it is. Okay. And back. And let's see. Blog, background, image, footer, menus, widgets. Okay. I will try to find a way to get rid of this. Wait, here we go. What's this doing? So see how these little arrows? These actually allow you to change settings. So this doesn't have it because there's nothing on there, but this is a setting I can change. Heading for blog, sidebar right, full width. Oh, this is showing blog settings. I don't care about blog settings. Show category. Turn that off and show blog title. So let's see if that gets rid of it. Ah, it did. There you go. Okay. So I was able to get rid of it. Sometimes the like I think I said it before, but blogs and pages are technically the same thing. So sometimes if you do something on the a blog setting, it'll actually change it for your page settings as well. Okay, good. So I got rid of that. That is good. I would still want to get rid of this too. So I try to find a way to remove that as well. But I'm not seeing it right here. I might have to try and do it through a different setting. So we will publish those settings, and then I will just keep on trying to further develop this, okay? But the main thing you want to do is go to your customize first, see what your options are, and see what you can kind of do with that, and then afterwards you can start building up the content of your site. But I would just work on the home page for now.